Hey, I'm the final anomaly, and the monster type festival is here, where beast warriors, beasts, winged beasts, insects, and reptiles all battle it out to see who the king of the island is in 2023. And you're telling me that the king of beasts, yes, Ojamas, got the short end of the stick for this event? Konami knows that Ojamas are the pinnacle of beast stacks, the apex, and that's why they nerfed my beautiful Ojamas. Well, regardless of what they've done, I'm here to bring Ojamas to the event and show them who the king of monsters is on this island. Spoiler alert, Ojamas still reign supreme. Hey, before we get started, I do want to mention that it was actually difficult to build a competent version of an Ojama deck that was actually viable for this event, given that all of the Ojama support was taken away, pretty much just leaving the zone lock route. And I actually considered using a different type of deck, but I'm an Ojama enjoyer. I truly love the archetype, and they're beasts, so I had to represent in this event. In which I did. We finished the event in less than 2 hours. It was extremely easy. It is a going first trap heavy variant of the Ojama deck. I know it's weird because they usually go second, but hear me out. This deck was actually a lot stronger than I thought it would be, especially after I did some test duels. I tweaked it just a bit, and I think we got it just right. We probably lost 1 out of every 5 matches, so the deck is truly pretty good. The only one that struggled with was Lureless, and I'm going to be honest with y'all, I'm not going to give you guys that BS that this is the strongest Ojama deck, this, that. You know how people clickbait their titles? I'm just not going to do that, no BS. So the deck is straight fun. It's not the strongest deck, or at least I don't think it is. Let's get into the matches. Alrighty, so for the first match, I do kind of want to just go over a little bit as to why some of these cards are here. One Day of Peace is for the Lureless decks, okay? We also have other cards like Torrential Tribute and things like that, but this is mainly for Lureless so that we can play it. You know, they have to go second. We'll survive the turn, and then we'll be able to wipe them out. Anyways, that's the reason One Day of Peace is in this deck. So we play One Day of Peace so that we get the draw. We get Ojama Duo, which is fine. Go ahead and set Ojama Pajama, Ojama Duo. And then now we're safe. Anyway, we're playing this ridiculous deck, Wave Motion Cannon, okay. I mean, I guess. We go ahead, they set all these cards, we go ahead and play Ojama Duo, set that in. And we already know that the goal here is going to be Delta Hurricane. So what we do is we get an Ojama Green, we go ahead and activate Ojama Pajama, we're going to get Ojamagic, send Ojamagic so that we get all the vanillas out. And so the next turn we can go ahead and get Delta Hurricane. What we're scared that they have face down is a Torrential Tribute. So we're just going to do this, hopefully they activate it. We're going to try to bait out the Torrential Tribute. And they haven't done it yet. We're doing this. We're going to go ahead and go into Joyous Melpy. And then they didn't activate a Torrential Tribute, so we just attacked. And we went ahead and skipped a turn at this point. It's all nothing but traps and magic, or traps and spells face down, so I'm not even worried about losing a turn. They play this card. I go and activate Ojama Pajama, getting Ojama Duo. Sending Ojama Duo because, again, we want the Ojama Duo in the grave so that we can bait out the Torrential Tribute. Everybody just seems to have Torrential Tribute in this event. So we set some magical cylinders. I'm not even worried because I'm going to Delta Hurricane. So far we know that there's 2 cards we don't know what the effects do. So I'm only worried. Anyways, they activate Trap Tricks. And so now there's only 1 card. What was that card called? Did I even word that card correctly? Yeah, Trap Trick. Anyway, there's only this 1 card here in the center. We don't know what it is, so we're gonna actually get rid of it. I'm gonna use one of my Link monsters in my deck to get rid of it, so that I can assure Delta Hurricane, so that I can wipe the board. How do I do that? So we're gonna go ahead and just play. We're gonna go ahead and play this. We're gonna return the monster. Then we're gonna go ahead and activate Ojama Duo. If they activate Torrential Tribute at this point, it'll be fine. He hasn't, so we're gonna go this. We're gonna go this, and then we're gonna get out our Link for Tri-Brigade Omen. I think his Omen's his name. And anyways, we go ahead and then banish the card. Is his name Omen? Yeah, his name is Omen. Anyways, all it was a dimension wall. It wasn't even anything that great. So now we're going Delta Hurricane. And we wipe the board. And then we have a bunch of plays here. So we go ahead and go for Ronin Raccoon. We go for another Ronin Raccoon. We're going to get out another 3,000 monsters. We have game here. The opponent already knows that. So GG's too easy. So Delta Hurricane on this game, it's always awesome when you get Delta Hurricane out. Alrighty, so this match here is actually one of my favorite matches, just because it was great. You can see what's in my hand. I have 2 Waking the Dragons, Ojama Pajama, Ojama Blue, and Ojama Red. We're going second, but it doesn't matter. I feel pretty confident. The nice thing about this event, as long as it's not loreless, you're probably going to survive the turn. Even if they get a lot of stuff out. Even that Spider OTK is not that strong. But anyways, they have the 2 monsters. We go ahead and just set everything. I think we are going to go for an Exceed monster. I don't know what the play was here. He just completely wiped his board. I don't know what the strat there was. We don't have very much. We just go into Ronin Raccoon because he can survive a turn if he gets attacked because he'll be indestructible with another beast on the field. And either way, we have Torrential Tribute. We have both Waking the Dragons. We'll be able to do our search with Ojama Pajama. I'm still feeling really good. And he is able to bring back almost all his monsters. I think he does pop our token. So our Ronin Raccoon isn't safe anymore. So now it's okay to activate Torrential Tribute. The reason I went with Ronin Raccoon is because if the token had stayed on the board, we could have gone Torrential Tribute. And then Raccoon would have survived. This card right here, Sacred Phoenix of the Nepsis, however you say that. I was extremely excited to see this card. Because this card pops the board on the next turn. If you do this, it says on here, special summon this card from your graveyard if you do destroy all spells and traps on the field. I have 2 Waking the Dragons on the board, y'all. Y'all know what's about to happen. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go through the plays. I'm actually scared at one point that he's going to be able to go for game. Because he does start summoning all these monsters, but it doesn't look like he can go for game. So he does take about half my life points. Not a big deal. I'm very excited about what's to come because he's going to activate both my Waking the Dragons. He's left without nothing, which is kind of ridiculous. But surprisingly, I think we're able to do quite a bit, and he actually does very well. We send Ojamagic to the grave, getting the 3 vanilla, so we're going to be able to summon 4 monsters, a total of 6 monsters. I think 8 monsters here. I don't remember. Anyways, we go Ojama Red. We're going to go with this. We're going to go ahead and go into Raccoon. Then we're going to go ahead and go into Joyous Melfi. Then we're going to activate Ojama Duo. We're going to go ahead and bring these 2 out. Going into Cat Shark, we're going to increase Joyous Melfi's attack power to 4,000. Then we're going to make a 4,000 token. Now, if you see here, we got a bunch of damage to deliver here. So we attack. Surprisingly, he's able to defend against all of these attacks. He just keeps bringing stuff back from the grave. We were able to take 4,000. He is left with 1,700. Now here, there's a reason I do this play. So he is going to send both my Waking the Dragons to the grave. Unfortunately, I'll only be able to activate 1 because I only have 1 slot left. Actually, I didn't think. Maybe I could have put him in the extra monster zone. I don't remember. But I didn't want to risk it, so I activate Joyous Melfi, send him back to the deck, but I don't bring the Ojama cards back out. I just let Waking the Dragon play out. And then I bring out the 2 beasts here. We have Master of Oz. He's just a huge beat stick, 4,200. But then we have Naturia Exterio. That's GG's, y'all. That is GG's. He's going for this. I increase the attack just to only lose 800 life points. And then it's our turn, and that's pretty much GG's. We're going to go ahead and swing with Master of Oz for game. I love it. I love it. Being able to bring out Master of Oz and Naturia Exterio is so freaking awesome. This was one of my favorite matches just because he popped both Waking the Dragons. Alright, so it looks like we go second on this deck again. Surprisingly, I'm going second. This is a going first deck, like I said. And surprisingly, we're going second. They just set 2 and pass. I guess they bricked. I'm not sure. So we draw Ojama Red. We actually have plays here. We're going to do Ojama Red, bring in all 3. The cards that the reason I didn't put Ojama Blue out is because the card that I'm always worried about is Torrential Tribute. In this event, it just seemed like everybody opened it. I guess in these cases, they didn't. What are we playing against? This worm deck, I guess? I don't know, insects. They send the top 3 of my deck to the grave. We set 2 and pass. I'm so hoping they pop Waking the Dragon. And they do pop Waking the Dragon. So we get ahead and bring out Naturia Exterio. They activate this. And we're just going to be able to start negating away Monster Reborn. We just negate that. Does he play another spell? I believe so. He doesn't. He sets a card, but we're going to be able to negate it either way. And so we go ahead and draw. We have 1 Day of Peace. We're going to go ahead and activate this. He activates this. I just negate it because I can, baby. Delta Hurricane went to the grave. Didn't like that. And then now we're just attacking. And the opponent is pretty much hopeless here. Any spell, any trap, they're just going to get negated. I don't think they're going to bring out a big enough beat stick. that can run over Naturia Exterio Raigeki. We just go ahead and negate that as well because we are the negate kings. And Ojamas didn't really get to see much action here other than bringing out Sky Cavalry. We get a Droplet, but that's it. We bring Ojama Blue in to get in on the action, and we finish off the game. GG's to the opponent. Alrighty, y'all. So for this match, just hear me out. It's an 8-turn match, but honestly, I thought it was pretty epic just because I was just about to lose this match. Surprisingly, the opponent's deck was effective against me. We are going second, which again I said we are going first deck because we got to kind of set the stage for the following turn, given the cards we have like Magical Hats, Ojama Duo, things like that. And so, very surprising. Anyway, I really enjoyed this match. Now, I don't know what it is about Wave Motion Cannon. People are like doing these stall decks, whatever. The biggest card that I'm concerned about is Torrential Tribute, so we try not to do a lot of summoning. We're just going to set. No, first we're going to do this. We actually draw Ojamagic, sending Ojamagic. So now we're thinning down the deck here, so our draws are going to be much more effective. We're just going to set Ojama Blue, set Forbidden Droplet, and then pass turn. Now here, they're going to set more cards in their back row. So we're a little scared because they got a pretty heavy back row. We're hoping for a Harpy Feather Duster, no Harpy Feather Duster. And they activate Skull Invitation. They got this crazy burn deck that actually worked against me. It was kind of rough. I go ahead and do this, bringing out Hashima, or however you say his name. We lose 600 life points there. We're going to go ahead and do this, bringing out Ronin Raccoon. Now we're going to continue to lose life points because of this darn card back here. So we've lost another 300 life points. Now we're able to start taking some life points here. He activates Needleworm, which sends the top 5 cards of my deck to the graveyard. I'm about to pay another 1,500 life points here. I've just lost 20-some hundred life points. Anyways, we go ahead and attack, so we're able to take some life points. He has got a magical cylinders. Our life points are just getting eaten away. We have 4,100 life points left. I'm just worried that he's got something that's going to continue to stop me. Plus, the Wave Motion Cannon is on turn 2, so next turn he's going to be able to take 3,000 life points. I don't have very much here. I can't go for game with what's on my board, and so I'm getting a little concerned, and now I can't attack. So I need that Harpy Feather Duster. I need that Harpy Feather Duster. He activates another Skull Invitation, so I can't even Link Summon or Exceed Summon anymore because I'm just going to lose more life points. Like I said, next turn he takes 3,000 life points. I just pass turn here. Try not to lose any more life points. We're going to be able to survive one turn if he activates Wave Motion Cannon. He doesn't activate it. So we're going to go ahead, and we didn't even activate Ojama Pajama because I couldn't afford to send a monster to the grave. So the goal here is we are going to do as much as we can. First is we're going to get out the Tri-Brigade Link monster. We do lose life points there. Then we're going to special summon, bring out another Tri-Brigade Link monster. We're losing life points here. And then the goal is here that we need to banish Swords of Revealing Light and go for game. And so we bring out Omen, go ahead and banish Swords of Revealing Light. And if you see here, we are only left with 500 life points. He activates Gravity Bind, which would have been an issue if my token wasn't a level 1. So even here, if the token, for example, I would have only been able to go for 5,500, I would have been short 900 life points, but my token is a level 1, so we're able to go for game. At 500 life points left, it was a pretty nice strategy. We were able to banish Swords of Revealing Light with Omen, and we went for game, baby. I really enjoyed that match. And finally, we get to go first on one of the videos. We do open Awakening the Dragon. I will say this, y'all, if you're running a going second deck, Awakening the Dragon might not be the way to go. But if you're running a going first deck, a lot of people are running board breakers or back row removal. And so when they do remove that Awakening the Dragon, it's huge. It's a huge play. Go ahead and just set. I don't really care if they pop my back row. We got Awakening the Dragon. We can get Naturia Exterio out. What does the opponent do? They activate Twin Twisters. Activating Waking the Dragon, bringing out... He activates Maxi. Not a big deal in this event. Bring out Naturia Exterio, and he just said, yep, that's GG's. He probably didn't even know we could use it in the event. Alrighty, and this is the last match of the video. We are going second. I'm going to be honest, this match was kind of meh. I just liked my end board, which is why I included it. I don't know what this guy was doing. It was like a burn. Like, he was self-burning. I think he wanted to maybe take his own life points. I was a little confused at what this deck was. We go ahead and activate Dark World Dealings. We get a Droplet. We send Duel to the grave. Set. He destroys my Waking the Dragon. So we bring out Naturia Exterio. I just love it. I love Waking the Dragon in this event because it's just everyone's trying to pop that back row. And when they pop them Waking them Dragons, I think I had a Waking the Dragon popped in almost every match. Or at least every other match they were popping my Waking the Dragon, which was just great. And so, again, I don't know what this is. He's self-burning or what. I just kind of wanted to show you the end board here because I thought it was kind of funny. Because we're able to bring out a bunch of the same attack monsters. Go ahead and do this just to send Ojamagic to the grave so that we can summon Ojama Red and then summon all the vanillas. So we summon Ojama Red, special summoning the vanillas. We go ahead and go for Ronin Raccoon ×2 to bring out a 2800 token. Again, Ronin Raccoon ×2, 2800 token. And then we have 3 2800 monsters with 2 Ronin Raccoons. And then keep this in mind. If y'all don't know, Ronin Raccoon on board, on 2 Ronin Raccoons on the board is kind of like a loop. Not a loop, but it's a lock. Because Ronin Raccoon is indestructible by effects and battle, or can't be destroyed if there's another beast on the board. And then having 2 Ronin Raccoons, they're both beasts. They both made each other indestructible. Okay, so this is the deck list for the Monster Type Festival. It's very simple. You have 2 Vanilla Green, 2 Vanilla Yellow, 2 Vanilla Black, 3 Ojama Red, 3 Ojama Blue, 1 Alpha the Master of Beasts. Honestly, you could run this at more, but I didn't have the URs. Ojama Delta Hurricane, just that 1, 2 Ojamagics, 2 Dark World Dealings, 1 Day of Peace. And I'm going to actually run this. So obviously the vanillas so that you can summon them out. Ojama Red so that you can push them all out even faster. Ojama Blue for the searches. Alpha just to be, if you go second, you can special summon them, bounce a card to the board. And then if you have multiple Ojamas, you can bounce multiple monsters. Ojama Delta Hurricane to wipe the board. Ojamagic, that's going to come out with your cards like Ojama Pajama with magical hats, things like that. Dark World Dealings again to be able to draw and send Ojama Duo or Ojamagic to the grave. 1 Day of Peace is to survive the OTKs. So when you go first, you play 1 Day of Peace, you know you're going to survive the next turn, and then you could possibly go for game on your turn. If this card was at more than 1, it would be broken in the event because then people going second wouldn't be able to go for game. 3, especially, you know what, 1 Day of Peace, if you are going first and have board breakers, is freaking awesome. 3 Forbidden Droplets, you already know why. Magical Hats is there to survive the turn. On top of surviving the turn, it's to get out your Ojama Duos and Ojamagics for the graveyard effects. Torrential Tribute, so that if you're fighting Luralist or those OTK cards, even if they're not summoning, all you have to do is activate Ojama Duo, your tokens will come out, and then activate Torrential Tribute, which is a really good combination. Waking the Dragon, because everybody is removing the back row somehow they're drawing into these back row removals immediately. Makes no sense to me. Guys, Cursed Seal of the Forbidden. I wish I could have saved a replay when I used this card, but those matches were like huge 10 turn 12 turn matches and just didn't want to have to show those up. But this card is amazing because a lot of these decks have these specific cards that they, like for example the Insect one has the Ballpark Field Spell. I played another YouTuber that has a Harpy deck, was using a Harpy Field Spell. I used it and you can no longer use the spell card. So if you guys aren't familiar with this card, when a spell card is activated, discard 1 spell, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it, and if you do, your opponent cannot activate spell cards with that name for the rest of the duel, so it locks them out of that spell. Dark Bribe. I hate the fact that they draw a card, but you need it because, like I said, there's a lot of back row removal, and there is certain cards that we need to keep in the back row if we don't draw into Waking the Dragon. And then 3 Ojama Pajamas to be able to do our searches, discard like Ojamagic and Ojama Duel, making the duel a lot faster for us. For the extra deck, we have Master of Oz, which comes out with Waking the Dragon. Also a huge beat stick. Naturia Exterio, no explanation to that card. Number 64 Ronin Raccoon, because it's gonna let us be able to crash into those huge beat sticks that the opponent summon, and then we'll have an indestructible beast on the board. Sky Cavalry, also for those monsters that can't be destroyed by battle or those large beat sticks. Cat Shark, we need those so that we can go into our Exceed monsters, increase their attack so that we get those huge tokens. I wish I had also had a replay when I used number 2 Ninja Shadow Mosquito, but again, those duels just lasted forever. Such an underrated card. This card is freaking powerful. It wins games on its own if you have enough monsters on the board, which in this case, you tend to have a lot of monsters on the board. Firefighting Daruma Doll. Didn't really use him much. I really just have him in case we need to link out. Hashima, however you pronounce his name. It's really awesome to play this card if you have just one extra monster in your hand, because then you get a free monster on the board, which is just there for the attack power. Tri-brigade, I don't even know how to say her name, but Baron Blossom or whatever. Really great to be able to draw a card, put it back, but ultimately we're using her for the special summon if we have another card in our hand to then go into Tri-brigade, Silver, however you say his name, and then from there to be able to ultimately go into Omen, which helps with banishing. And then also, it does have this effect that if special summon or if another beast warrior or wing beast monster special summon to your field, you can banish one other card, which we have cards that do that, like Ojama Duo. And so just keep that in mind. Also, Melfi of the Forest. When you have Melfi of the Forest and Melfi of the Forest, bring back 2 monsters, and then we can continue to banish. But that is the extra deck. I know there is a few URs in here, may be expensive, but a lot of these are SRs as well. You don't have to have all the URs. But let me know what you guys think of the deck in the comment section below. I had a blast with this deck. Like I said, we shredded through the event in like less than 2 hours. We got the title of King of the Island 2023. Of course we did. We're running the best beast deck in 2023. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I truly do appreciate y'all.